Hey everybody, so we're going to be taking a look at some of the textures here that I have made and coded in. Spent the last about 9 hours of my day here coding, figuring out how to put these textures into the game, mostly just retexturing stuff. I don't own any of these models or whatnot. For most part, everything you see will be Star Wars Legion base. Except for this one right here. It's my buddy Goof, and his is Swap. I also have a bunch of Swap stuff that I might throw in here also. Ultimately, my plan with this and what I'm showing you guys is I want to make a Mercs of the Galaxy, not just for my little gaming community with the InterStellar Regulators, but stuff that everyone will be able to use for like retextures with droids, hopefully vehicles, weapons. Most definitely, I'm a big fan of custom weapons, and aliens, of course. That's the big one. So I do have my hands on aliens. It's just a matter of trying to get those all configured, which the clones ones aren't as hard. It's still a little difficult when you're first learning it for your first day, but I'll go through and just show you guys some stuff here. So very first one we have here is the cadet. Now this is just very base minimalistic coding, like for instance this base texture. Hopefully all this stuff actually will be in Star Wars Legion base. I'll float it to clock and whatnot. And then this guy, actually you guys may never actually see this one aside from right here, but all these other ones you'll probably be able to see in base. Fingers crossed. And then some of these guys have different textures actually. Like this guy, this is an old texture I was using for him on his helmet, comparing to like some of those guys down there. And you'll see where I messed around with weathering and stuff like that. And this also show off some backpacks and whatnot. So this is just a basic like cadet. I'm not a fan of like rankings at all in ISR. We just hop in and have some fun. And just shoot up some droids or aliens or whatnot. We tell a good story. That's what I brag about, and just have a good time with friends, But in order to adhere to guidelines and whatnot for the clone armories and legions and all that, I called this one the cadet. And then this next guy here, he is the cannoneer. It's something very unique here. A buddy of mine, Patches, who runs the 81st, more of like an actual, clone army unit there. He gave me an idea for the cannoneers, and these are guys that pretty much use the mortars and whatnot, the AV7s and all that. And this is the first look here at the mortars that do work. We're not going to be showing them off any gunplay here. We're pretty much just going to be looking at all these armors. Sorry to Thyre and my buddies of the 172nd. This is not an in-depth look of your guys. This is just mine, so I know I'll probably say something there. But so yeah, we got the cadet, the cannoneer here. I don't know what I was thinking when I went to his design. I was like, yeah, I'll put a little EOD splash on there and an X and the X and whatnot. I don't know why. Like kind of like I don't even know. I don't know. I like the arm being different color though. Next up we have just a base EOD design. There's actually a ton of like ISR EODs and whatnot. Aside from Swap, Legion Armory, this one right here in particular I like the most. I will say that. I have a one in Swap which might be too colorful, but I like how this one turned out. I think this is just right for our taking. So this is also like the EOD backpack here. Next up we have an EOD XO, kind of like give like a little ranking structure and whatnot for those people who love rankings and all that. You can see where they differ more on the helmets on the back and then on the front. Something interesting also is that when I look at this, I can see like where the color is just a little bit different. I don't know, lighting on that side, but definitely right here is different. Nothing too crazy, but when you're in substance, you just don't see that right there. Actually, even on this helmet here, I was looking at it. You guys look at the eyes very closely, or on the visor. I didn't even notice that also. Next up, we have the Goof version here of his armor. Fun, there's actually an Easter egg in his helmet, so that's really cool there. If you guys actually do crack it open, just flip his helmet down, you'll see a little Easter egg. It's great. You guys will love it. So I don't know what the inspiration was here. This is his armor from months ago, I will say that. So like I've just had this texture done for a long time. It never got put into the armory, but I've figured, hey, let's try and take a crack at it now. So Next up we have the Marksman, yes, and he's repping the RTO backpack, which is pretty cool. It actually works with the TFAR and whatnot. I don't know if anyone still uses Acre, but it's TFAR enabled there. So there's his design. Pretty cool. Next up we have Medic. I know Cap really likes this design here. There's another design of the Medic here somewhere where it has like the armband for the right here for the bomb squad. Now this bomb squad is much different. This is the older version. When we were first working on the new base stuff, so it's just a plain orange. Most of the stuff that I work on now for the EODs and medics and all that will actually have like a little EOD icon or a little medic icon in them also. So, but not for these guys. This one in particular, I'll probably redo them or add some more later. For the medic guy here, he just has the like straps for his guards, for his elbow pads or whatnot, colored red. So he got some like little Bacta shells or something here for his like pouches and more Bacta right there. Pretty cool design there. You know, Cap will get some use out of that, hopefully. Next up, we have Scourge. The Scourge have a very interesting lore in ISR. The Scourge Troopers, not to like bore you guys or talk about it too much. Basically, there was a general who went onto a planet, and there were these clones who were still fighting the Battle of Geonosis, or the Clone Wars, I should say. And the ISR went in and killed the clones and took their armor and kind of like went undercover as them for a while. That was pretty cool there, branching off stories and whatnot with like an ever-expanding mercenary organization universe. And then finally we have the Trooper here. Just a very, very generic, plain design, in my opinion at least. Just something to be like, hey, you know, here, this was the first ever. I think I did him actually before I did the Cadet, yeah. And this was kind of like the basis of that gray and blue, because we all bleed blue deep down, I will say that. But I did want to have, you know, just a little bit variance in them all. Actually, there's one helmet I am missing here, and I would do this man a disservice. A good friend of mine, Fitz. So his helmet, actually, even before Goofs, was something that we really wanted to put in for the longest time, and I finally went through and put his helmet in also. Sort by mod all the way at the bottom here, and here it is, Fitz pilot. So if you look at the concept art of his helmet, much different than what it turned out to be. This part here where it's white should have been more grayish and whatnot. I do all my textures in 2048 by 2048. So, and yeah, so there's Fitz for his pilot helmet with the red visor. Still turned out decent. Just not as and you can even tell this is way back when I was learning how to texture. Like there's that right there on the back. I don't even know if that was just supposed to be like going into something or not. I don't know. This was really one of my first textures, way back there, even like before Goofs and like some EOD and like the Scourge, like that right there is Legion base Scourge, and then before that there's the armory version of the Scourge. And what I mean there is defined by their models being different now. But that is that there. This little like submod or whatever here with ISR. I know some units have like auxiliary mods and whatnot for their taking. I want it to be more for just the community as a whole, not just mine, but basically a submod extension for people, whether they use swap or Legion base, and eventually TCW when they come out. So, you know, if there's a mod out there that uses Star Wars, I'll dabble in it and whatnot. But that's going to do it here today for just a little showcase at some ISR stuff. Hopefully next time we return, have some footage on some custom aliens and droids and whatnot. And hopefully you guys will enjoy. It's not in the workshop yet. I'll keep you guys posted on all the information there. Still working out some kinks and whatnot. Other than that, I hope you all have a good day, and peace out.